fourth quarter, and we're talking about basically how you getting it together for the new year. So we still got some time left, and there's still time to accomplish your goals in the new year. And so,
Mhm.
what goals did you begin with at the top of the year, I guess, and how are you getting it together coming into this next season of your life
Yeah. Okay.
or
Yes.
business?
So first of all, one of the things that I stopped doing was making my goals in January
Mhm.
because the pressure was high.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Mhm.
was like, oh, this feels like too much. And then everybody talking about their stuff. And I'm just like, that's not what I want to do.
Yeah.
So, what I started doing, I realized when is, I guess, my high point, and that was typically in June.
Mhm.
June was I was settled, I had time to think about it, that kind of thing. Although I did do my vision board in
January. Mhm.
January of last year. I had started thinking about like what I wanted to do in June of the previous year. So, where am I with my goals, my vision board? I am in the process of buying a mobile home park, which is one of the big things on my vision board. I'm so excited. So I'm in the process of doing the due diligence of buying a mobile home park, and hopefully by the end of 2023 I will have bought one. So we will see. Um what else am I on track to do? I am on track for my revenue goals for mobile homes. I believe my revenue goal for mobile home. Well, I have hit my revenue goal for mobile homes. Revenue goals for mobile homes was 100,000, not
Okay.
including my and that was like wholesales. And what I'm learning is the way I kind of broke it out, I'm gonna make adjustments. I'm gonna make adjustments because it was like, oh, um, I want to do 30 wholesale deals.
Mhm.
But I'm also a broker. So it's a combination of deals that I broker plus deals that I have wholesaled. In states that I'm not a broker, then I will wholesale those properties. So I'm on track to do that. My partner in this business said that they were going to get their real estate license. I don't think that's going to happen, but but that's a minor thing.
Okay.
Um, yeah, and it has been challenging. It has been slow, but because my vision board is in front of me, it has helped me like, okay, what you got going on to make this happen? And it's like right there in front of my face. I do believe that if it wasn't in front of my face, I probably would not be as thoughtful towards them as I was. So yeah.
So let's say you have the camera is in front of you, right? Are you able to like literally see your vision board from where you're sitting right now?
No, I am not.
Okay.
Well, I can see it from my phone, but the one that I have on the wall, I can't see it.
Okay.
I can't see it in this studio room. Mm-mm.
Okay. So that was gonna be my my that was gonna be what I was gonna say. I don't do like vision boards or anything like that, but like my I guess my vision board or my plans are floating in that they're in my phone. So I'm very, as you know, I'm very organized, and so all of my plans or what I have to do or what I want to do is like in the form of checklist and plans in my phone. So that
Mhm.
is me.
Yeah.
But to be quite honest, I'm in a season of, I won't say what feels like what I'm in a season of what feels like great loss, but what I
Mhm.
know is actually great. I don't even know how to express it. It's not great loss.
Mhm.
It
Mhm.
it just feels like great loss, but it is
Mhm.
more of like a stretching, and I'm letting go of like old things that maybe I thought was serving me, but maybe was not
Mhm.
serving like my goals purpose. So
Mhm.
I'm in a season of like great like growing pains and stretching, and so I've transitioned since the top of the year, since I first made my goal, my plans for the top of the year, because my top of the year was to grow my online business and kind of hone in on a different audience. And I have
Mhm.
since completely shifted from my online business to grasp this new real estate venture and mobile home thing as well. And I'm not the partner she's talking about, guys. I never intend on getting my
No, she
my
is
license in
not the
real
partner
estate.
that she is not the partner I'm talking about.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, I'm an independent like real estate investor. But I did take interest in Lamika's mobile home business, and she so graciously, uh, in a way, took me under her wing, and she's like, "Here, friend, you know." So I'm I've been getting more involved in that, and so I'm excited as to what that will bring. But I'm in a great season of my patience, my faith, and everything else. Literally is being tested. But I'm grateful for this season right now because I know that the fruits of my labor and my sweat equity are going to bring what I need, and that's not
That
always,
makes so
you
much
know,
sense.
that's not always financial, and that's okay. But I know that the financial will follow because I am being consistent and I am giving what I can give, which is my all in this new, you know, in these new ventures. Like so, like yesterday, I saw some houses. I'm throwing out like at least four offers today. So I'm excited about that. And one of which the guy actually called me back, like, "Hey, you gonna make an offer?" I'm like, "Yeah, hey,
That's what's up.
now you gonna pay what you want." I'm an investor.
Now look at here. I'm an investor
Let
and
me
we buy properties for pennies on the dollars.
let me shoot
I
it
ain't
to you
saying it's a
straight.
representation of your home, but
Exactly, exactly. So I'm excited about that. And yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
No, I think that's good because I have pivoted several times. I think this is probably, I mean, since I've started doing mobile homes, um well, I guess with High Goddess, I was very specific in High Goddess, but that was just such a capital intensive business. It always felt like I was, while revenue was coming in, I felt like it was always going back out.
yeah,
It was a capital intensive business. I think this is probably the first time outside of my weight loss business, which that was not a capital intensive business, that this is probably one of the few times where I'm like, okay, I feel I'm super confident in the way I'm moving forward.
yeah.
I've definitely had several of those seasons that you're talking about,
Yeah.
so I completely get that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I get
and
it.
the thing is, like, I'm super, like, I'm confident in the direction that I'm going, not exactly about
Hmm.
what it is that I'm doing. I will say, I have made thousands of dollars online with my online business, and I was looking forward to that this year. But God was like, "Nope, we're gonna go this way because online business is not going anywhere. So we're gonna go this route. You're gonna learn this, and that's how we gonna move." But I am lost my train of thought just that quickly.
No, the other thing is that I will say is a lot of times, which is why I don't. And Titania has to be like, "Are we gonna do TikTok? Are we gonna do Instagram?" I'm like, "You can." That those are major reasons as to why I don't spend time on those platforms,
Mm,
because when I have gotten on them, it has made me feel like I'm behind. I'm
uh,
not doing what I'm supposed to do.
I can see
But
that.
then I realized it's people out here that's doing it that don't never be on Instagram, that don't never be on any of that.
Yeah,
And you have to be mindful of that when you're going through your journey, that your journey is a customized journey.
very true.
And you are doing most times way better than what you think you are, because sometimes it can appear that you're not, especially not to say that you're on those platforms and that's causing that. I'm just saying a lot of people put undue pressure on themselves of because of what lifestyle images are put out on social
Oh
media, and
yeah,
it causes this anxiety to think that you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing.
so true.
That's all.
Yeah, so true. I think that's also why. I think that's also why I got into the real estate, not just to Much like, okay, so I don't know if I told you my story about how I got into the stock market, right?
No, I think so.
Okay, so when it was January, literally January 3rd of January 1st or 2nd, I'm sorry, January 1st or 2nd of 2020. And I said, if you don't learn how to invest in the stock market right now, you're never going to learn, right? And so I literally went on to YouTube University and I looked up how to, make my first investments. I found this lovely couple, which I hope to get on our podcast, someday soon, or my personal podcast. Um, and they literally helped me invest my first dollars into the stock market. And then I invested the $10 and I just kind of went on about my my rest of my month. And I just, kept on investing the $10. But then COVID happened, right? And I said, oh
So
my
wait,
God.
so you decided to do this before COVID?
Oh yeah, I decided to do it before COVID. I said if you don't learn right now, you're never gonna learn how to invest in the stock market. And so I literally it was either like New Year's Day or like right after, like between January 1 and 3, literally, that I decided to invest my first $10 in the market. And then, time went on. And then I was doing my thing where I was, online telling women how to start their businesses and, doing my regular spills online. And because I used to be really, really big on the internet, like every day, especially at the top of the year, because everybody wants to do something new with themselves and with their lives.
Mhm,
So that's, prime season for me in that type of business. So in my consulting
mhm,
business. And so I just kind of kept doing what I was doing, lining up my clientele and, generating lead generation, sending out emails, all that good stuff. And then COVID hit. Actually, no, I was in the middle of those things, but also planning my annual conference. So between
mhm.
like September through January, the September through March, like it's like my annual conference season, too. So juggling lead generation and getting things together for the conference, that was what I got back to after I made that initial investment. I put money out for the conference, getting all this stuff together, and COVID happens, and I already got money out there, right? I don't, you know, I'm left holding a bag, not holding a. I ain't have a bag to hold because I gave my bag to the people for the conference. Right? So,
Uh-huh.
so the little money I had left, right? I was like, okay, you got to go hard now, right? So I put my first large, I consider some people a large investment. So I put $350 into oh, am I choppy?
Yes, that's what I was about to
Yeah,
send you
you
a
stopped
message.
too. Okay.
Did I?
Okay. I didn't get it yet, but I saw a little notification
I
saying,
hadn't sent it.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
It was a little, I
Go ahead.
saw a little an error message come up on the screen, but it's okay. We're good. We good now, I think, right?
Yes, we're good.
Okay, cool. So I saw a little notification. No, I saw a little notification. So I decided to take the last amount of money that I had, which is literally ended up being like I took like $350 and I invested in like a stock. I invested in Tesla, right? So I was like, you know what? And when I looked in January, Tesla was like $700. And when COVID hit, all the stuff was going down. And so I said, okay, this is the time for me to get into Tesla. Because I had heard Tesla was good. I didn't know how to do the research at that time, but I heard Tesla was a good stock
Mhm.
to get into. So I invested 350 into Tesla, and then I just kind of like kept it moving. And then I say a couple months later, maybe May, I kept on investing anything that I had coming in after that
Mhm.
350, right? But in May,
Mhm.
Tesla went from 350 to like it shot way up. from 350 to like 1,000 or $1,200. I can't remember which one. So immediately I was like, oh, okay, she got something here. And then a couple of months later, Tesla did something called a stock split, right? Where Tesla did a stock split where basically for every one share of Tesla that I owned, which was only that one share that I put that 350 in, I got an additional four shares. So my one share of Tesla that I got for 350 ended up shooting up to 1,200 and then did a stock split. So I ended up having five shares of Tesla, which brought it back down, which brought the price back down, right? But then a couple of months later, those five shares shot up to $1,000 a piece. So I'm making, 35, 4,500, not 35, at least 400 on my initial $350 investment without putting any additional money in that particular stock. So that's how my journey with the stock market started. And then by the end of 2020, I was just investing as much as I could. And I made like $10,000 before the end of 2020, probably in my first couple of months of investing. So that is my stock journey, my stock market journey, right? So I was excited about that. But just like that journey, just like that voice I heard that said, if you don't start now, you're never going to get started. That's the same thing for real estate. So if you don't learn how to do real estate, you're not gonna ever learn. So if you don't take this time to focus and get into it, it's never gonna happen for you. So you need to focus right now, which is the long story short.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm, mhm.
yeah.
No, that makes sense. That was kind of I guess I was more so looking um when I got started back in the mobile home. So I definitely get it. But even when you're looking for something, when you find that information, it's important to take action on it. And
Mhm.
definitely when you hear saying do something,
Mhm.
you
Yeah.
definitely should do it. I commend the fact that you took action on it, because a lot of times people just, especially the fact that you took action on it before COVID happened.
Yeah. That was a
And
blessing.
yeah, yeah, that was a blessing, because while I had heard things about COVID in like October of 19,
Mm.
I didn't pay attention to know that there was something major coming to where it would shut us down,
Oh wow.
type of a thing.
Yeah. So
So
now
so
I
that's
didn't.
why that's why, yeah, so that's why when I said, "Oh, you did this before COVID," like
Oh, like I knew.
that's really good.
Yeah, in January I had no indication of COVID. I had no indication. But
Mhm.
now looking back,
Mhm.
I did lose an aunt in November of 19. And
Mhm.
just hindsight being 2020, I'm like, oh, she had COVID. And that's how we lost her because nobody could explain what happened. And
Mhm.
it
Mhm.
turns out,
Mhm.
I mean, I still I believe it was COVID. So, but yeah, no,
I am definitely, yeah.
I had no indication, like I had no early indication that you did about COVID. It was just me
Mhm.
listening to the voice that said, "Okay, you've been wanting to do this, and it's up to you to figure it out."
Oh, now let me be clear. I didn't know that it was COVID in the manner of what it was.
Mhm.
I just heard, it's kind of like when people talked about bird flu and when
Yeah,
they talked about whatever, all those different things, like I heard about it then,
hmm
but those things didn't impact me.
yeah,
So it was like, oh, I didn't correlate to the fact that I had heard about it.
mm,
But because of the way COVID impacted all of
yeah.
us, I'm like, oh my God, that's what I heard them talking about. And I was just like, that doesn't bother me. I'm not going to worry about it.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
gotcha.
So yeah.
It's funny
But
how.
that's what's up. So
Oh.
when you decided to learn that for yourself, how did, did that manifest into your on another part of your online business or a different online business?
Yeah, absolutely. So when I lost all my money, whatever money I had to the when all the events got shut down, then I put that money in the stock market, and then I learned when I made my first $1,000, I made my first $5,000 because when I made my first, thousand, I was like nothing. But when I made my first $5,000, and then I made my first $10,000, I was like, oh. You know what you're doing. You know, okay, you're gonna help some people who don't really know how to maneuver the stock market.
Mhm,
You don't
mhm,
you At that time I wasn't necessarily teaching them what I was doing. I
mhm,
just wanted to share, hey, I'm from the hood of Chicago. I've always been a saver. I've always been frugal, but I never knew how to grow my money. So when I made my
mhm.
first $10,000, I was like, you can share this with people because you know what you don't just make $10,000 by accident. So,
So okay, so let me ask you this, because COVID was, I mean, during that time was very different. And I say that about everything. People that's teaching you how to do YouTube and people that's teaching you how to do, at that point you had a captive audience. And in regards to the stock market, it was, everything was like dropping. So it was on sale.
mhm,
So in my mind, it's easier to make money then versus now. It seems like, things are going back to normal, whatever it is that people are teaching you.
mhm.
So how do you, and I only say that because you say, okay, I know what I'm doing now. But when you enter the market, it was in a market that was down. So does that same strategy work regardless as to regardless as to now we're not in a COVID type of a situation?
Absolutely, yeah. So because I learned how to read the different companies, I learned how to read their financial reports. I learned to how to read their um how I learned to read what the CEOs were doing and how that affected what was going on in the stock market, and what the values, how they were overvalued and undervalued, when to buy, how often to buy. Those were the things that I shared initially, and I didn't let's get it straight. I made like not buku amount of money off of that because I didn't feel that it was right for me um to charge astronomical prices. I mean, to be honest, like I lost money trying to teach people because I wanted them to make money. Like literally, I
Hmm.
tried. Like it was a beta program, and
Hmm.
people who've made up to $3,000 off of what I teach, they only paid like $40 the entire time I was sharing the information with them. But they
Hmm.
made
Hmm.
500,000 up to $3,000 during that time. So I didn't make money with them, but I made money in the market, which I was fine with because
Hmm.
I genuinely, I just wanted to let people our color and our our melanin, because I
Hmm.
don't want to get in trouble in the internet saying our complexion, but I mean like people of color. I want to people of color,
Look, we talking about black people.
black
Let me tell you,
people,
I'm talking about black people. I'm
exactly.
on my Claude Anderson,
Yes,
okay? I'm talking about black
yes,
people.
black people. I genuinely wanted to share with black people that hey, you can invest in the stock market and you don't have to use a lot of money to do it. Hey, I started with $10 and then I gradually grew my confidence, and I invest regardless of how the market is doing. I invest, a specific budget into the market every month. So I consistently invest. I don't care. We used to do challenges in my group for as little I would um, where I would have them decide whether they want to invest between a dollar, I think it was no $5, or I would have them decide whether they want to invest $5 or $100, and they could choose anywhere in between that range. And I would literally give them a range of a list of stocks that they can choose to invest in, and I say, hey,
Mhm,
here's some suggestions. Here are ones I'm investing in. Here are ones I'm confident in. Here are ones I'm seeing dividends in, and I know that I can get you. Your account is going to be showing you dividends within the first 30 to 45 days of investing in these stocks. And sure enough, the method is proven. So,
that's what's up.
regardless of how the market is doing, I teach like dollar cost averaging, and that's basically you investing in a certain amount, your budget into the market. It's kind of like, I know that you do something. I'll just use somebody I know. Somebody I know is trying to do the 100 or the 100 envelope challenge. And for
That's me.
okay, I didn't want to put your information out there, but
I talk about the 100. I don't do the envelopes, but I do the 100 days challenge.
okay.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. So yeah, but somebody else I know is trying to do that, and I was like, they was like, you got 100 envelopes. I was like, "Mm." I don't know
Nah,
what
I ain't, yeah,
I'm like.
shit. I'm not doing 100
It's the
envelopes.
same thing. It's kind of like the same thing, right? I mean, just depends. But they're like, they're like, I'm gonna do the 100 envelope challenge. I'm like, I mean, I got 50 I can give you, even though your money's just gonna be sitting and you're not gonna be seeing any interest paid on your money. You're not gonna see any dividends, type of thing. Because like I know, even what regardless of what the market is doing, if you pick some great companies, and if you pick some what we call, I choose a lot of aristocrats, and aristocrats are companies that like they've been paying out dividends for the last 20 years at minimum. And so I know that these companies are going to pay you dividends either every month, every 3 months, every 6 months, or annually. So
Right.
I definitely have a strong focus on aristocrats, but I do have some companies that I just, based off of information I know and information that I teach the people that are that do well. So
Right.
yeah.
Well, I think, and I think there's a place for all of it. For me, the in regards to the 100 days, I use it for something specific that I'm getting ready to do.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if I'm gonna put floors down,
Mm-hmm.
or if I am going to take a trip,
Yep.
I want to make sure that I set aside the money. And now I do put that money in a savings account, but I had to realize, well, now I put it in a high yield savings account because those rates are higher right now. But I for but that's the way I use that method. I don't necessarily, but or if it's somebody that's trying to save and get their emergency fund up, that's how I see like the
Yeah.
100 days, type of a situation. And then once they have
Mhm.
once they have kind of that emergency fund, then going and doing, some of the other things. Um, stock market, or, that kind of thing. I just think you have to have an overall plan and understanding how every piece of that plan works to your,
Mhm.
to your end goal. And it's not just like one way to get something. Like this one thing is going to be it, and you're not going to have to do anything else.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely get that. So I definitely believe in the high yield savings account. I believe in the CDs. I call the CDs like a savings vault, just to explain to people who aren't necessarily
Wait a
who
minute,
who
girl. Why
don't.
I'm mad? Okay, hold on. Time out. I'm so mad because I just did a 12-month CD and I saw an 8-month CD at basically the same rate in less time. I said, man, I'm mad. I'm mad.
But why you mad? Like literally, you can get as many CDs as you want to, literally as many as you want to, and you can stack them like stairs. So go back and get that 8 month CD and
You did.
put some money in it too.
You did tell me that. Okay. You told me that like 5 days ago, and I ain't done it yet. I'm so stuck on the
Do that.
fact that that other one is 12 months, and I could have got my money sooner. Okay, I'm gonna do that.
But you, yeah, do that, and you can still, I mean, you can still get your money. I mean, you don't have like large penalties if you take your money out early. But
Nope. I'm gonna let it. I'm trying to be better. I'm gonna let it stay
okay,
over there,
let
and
it
I'm gonna do what you.
season.
And I'm gonna do what you told me to do, which is
What?
go and get. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay,
I be listening. I'm just slow. Okay.
then. You said it all the time. Yeah, no. So my CDs, like I stack them up, like literally. Um, I had a 3 month CD. I had 6 month CD. So around this time is the time was my nieces and birthday. I'm a little late with them with their birthday stuff, but 6 months, I had 3 months, 6 month, 12 month, and a couple of them, at the
Mhm.
same time. So like you don't have to like um you don't have to restrict yourself on the number of CDs you get at all.
You're right. But
Yeah,
when I saw that, I
yeah.
said, I'm so mad.
Is it expensive to open up the 8 month CD, or you just like mad you didn't catch that one first? You just mad you didn't catch that
I'm
one
just
first.
mad I didn't catch that one first. That's all.
Okay, let it go, friend, and just
Yeah,
go get it.
I had that all or nothing in my mindset, and that's where getting it together with somebody can share another insight. Because me over
That
here,
is
like,
so
God
true.
dang it, I already did that, and you like, well, you can just stack it. I was like,
Yeah,
oh, I didn't think about that.
yeah, just do that. Yeah,
Yeah,
just stack it. I'm all about stacking other CDs. especially if that's your comfort level. And the fact that they pay interest and dividends. Yeah,
Yeah.
do
And they
that.
high right now. So
And
yeah.
that, yeah, yeah. But you can do it. You like you say, you don't have to be what is the word? You don't have to be like mutually exclusive to one thing, right? So you don't have to be like you don't have to be. I don't have to be specifically dedicated to the stock market,
Mhm.
which I'm not, right? I did the CDs, high yield savings account. I you know When I find the right company again, I'm going to get back to um, the infinite banking method, where you put your money inside of life insurance and you use that, and
Mhm.
that's something different we're gonna talk about, but you use that, and that's a method of securing an emergency fund as well. But because my thing is the stock market and dividend investing, I also say you can use the stock market as a emergency fund. If you get a EFT, exchange traded fund, then you can invest in all 3,600 companies inside of the stock market and still get dividends, and use that as a savings. I call it a savings cushion. When you start with that one, for me,
Mhm.
that's a savings cushion. And so you don't have to be involved in one thing, but I do think it's important for our financial freedom to learn the stock market, learn how to maneuver it, because we're definitely way behind in that. So, and we always think we have to have thousands of dollars to invest. And that's really my purpose of uh, pivoting to, while I do the other stuff as well, I do the, business development and startup and all that good stuff. I
Mhm.
also now have an additional arm in my online business where I share with Black people how to invest in the stock market and maneuver in the stock market without having to break the bank or lose all their money in there. So,
So for the people that want to work with my girl, how they get in touch?
well, your girl's on Instagram at Empress of Enterprise. I'm also on Facebook, Empress of Enterprise, or you can just look me up, Titania Huff. And so, yeah, that's how you get in touch with me. You want to learn how to maneuver the stock market and learn how to start dividend investing and see your dividends in 30 to 45 days. Like to this day, I'm like, I don't know if you guys see my hand like going up. I still get like dividend notifications. So even if like at certain companies you invest like a dollar in certain companies, if they're paying dividends, you're still getting some, money off of that dollar. So that's the lovely thing. Literally a chopper flying over me, y'all. Sorry.
Hey,
Um, but that's how you can still get dividends when you invest even a dollar. So that's really my goal, is to really let our people know that you can invest and you don't need a lot of money to do it, and you got the money. It's what you do with your money
that's what's up.
that makes a difference. Yeah.
Cool beans.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
All right,
Yep.
party people.
We done.
Yeah, party people. We came to you for a tight hour today. For a tight hour. For a tight hour. But yeah, check us out on the Getting It Together podcast because we getting it together.
Cause she getting it. I'm getting it.
We getting
We
it.
getting it together. Yeah.
All right, y'all check
Not
us
you
out
just
on
make
all
this
so.
whole not you just make this whole episode about me.
That's what we doing because we getting
I
it
know.
together. Okay,
We
okay.
getting
So
it
look,
together.
that's
Yeah.
what we doing. But Titania has set us up on all social media platforms. Check them out in the description box and holla at your girls. Okay.
Yeah, and if you want to catch exclusive content and catch us up on Patreon at We Getting It Together
Yeah.
podcast, or Getting It Together podcast. We're gonna get it together because we getting it together. But catch us on Patreon, y'all. We'll have our information in the description.